important notice for physical media collectors who might be late to the party like I was. Don't try to buy DVDs in Target anymore, because you won't find them. Apparently, they've been phasing out of selling DVDs in stores since early 2024, but I didn't know that until a couple weeks ago when I attempted to buy the latest DVD releases of some movies I liked in theaters, and not only did I have to find out about the phasing out thing, but that store in particular had gone out of stock of what DVDs it had left. So once I got over the initial shock and, quite honestly, panic by this fact, thankfully I was able to look up and find out that trusty old Walmart is still a believer in selling DVDs in stores. So, not only was I able to find everything I was looking for, I was even able to get a little extra as a treat. So much so that the woman who ended up checking out my supplies at the counter, she commented, "Wow, that's quite the collection of DVDs you got there." And I even told her the story of what had happened at Target, and she looked at me like, "Oh my god, since when?" And I'm like, "Girl, I don't know, but it sure as hell made me feel old." So after that little venture, I ended up going home with Wicked, Sonic 3, Nosferatu, Wolfman, Edge of Tomorrow for my dad, because that's one of his favorite movies. And for me, I somehow managed to find the Wes Craven Dracula trilogy from the early 2000s, which includes one of my favorite guilty pleasure movies, Dracula 2000, and the two random sequels it spawned that have nothing to do with this first one in true 2000s fashion. Look, I know technology is advancing, but as a 25-year-old Y2K-born Gen Z, I honestly never expected DVDs to ever go out of style. I mean, I certainly knew they became preferred over VHS, and you don't really see VHS anymore unless, again, you're like a millennial or Gen Z and you held on to that stuff because physical media, yay. But no, apparently we're getting to a point where even DVDs are starting to become less preferred by people because streaming has become so much more popular. And as a result, a lot of cinephiles have started a whole save physical media campaign of sorts. And while I've always believed in it, now I'm a staunch defender at this point. Because honestly, what does streaming have over physical DVDs? And I feel the same way about CDs too. Never understand how good it feels to finally unwrap a DVD or CD after getting all that plastic off that's put on there like Fort Knox.